Hi everyone, welcome. This is the first match of the day, first of four. Today is a very packed day. This match will be between Gorges Gone Wild and the Handwashers. And I think they chose London 1 as their server. Let me check. I don't know why they would nominate Vale. It's not a map we play today. Today we're going to play the first match on Nexus and Tanith. So I guess most of you will be familiar with this map already. Marines will start in receiving and aliens will start in extraction. So usually you see a very common tactic is that aliens will go to relay and drop a tunnel in one of these locations, while the Skulks are going either through the vents or through the hallway into transit, whereas the Marines will be going through South Basin, and the first engagement will most likely happen here in transit, which is, at least I am so informed, a very, very Skulk favored room. People call it the most Skulk favored room in the entire game. And deciding on how well Marines hold up in transit in the first few minutes, that oftentimes decides the route the early game takes. I mean, they can win or lose and still the match might swing the other way, but oftentimes who wins the first few minutes in transit can be a quite decent predictor on how the match is going. So we will keep an eye out for that. The server is slowly filling up. And I guess since the Handwashers are a predominantly Eastern European or even Russian team, London 1 will probably be the compromise server. So nobody has a really good ping and nobody has a really shit ping. And actually it's pretty good, to be honest. But yeah. Other than the early minutes, I can't really predict how this match will go. I have not seen any of the teams play this map in the past, so and obviously they haven't played it in this season yet. But it's one of the custom maps you see fairly regular in gathers, and not so much in any kind of pub games. There's a few servers that run it, but to be honest, I haven't seen this map in a pub in ages. So, our itinerary for the day. We have, after this match, Snoofed versus Edogain. I think that one will be casted by Loam. And that will be at... Yeah, it will start in an hour, so... yes, I don't know what that is in your time, but just take the current time at 1 hour and you're there. And half an hour later, there will be Saltier Skulks versus the Binguses. That will be here on NSL TV with me again. And 2 hours after that, so at 11 p.m. Central European time, and I think that's 5 p.m. Eastern, Nanonoob will cast We Surrender versus Alski Syndrome. That means we have the first and the last match of the day will be on Nexus and Tanith. Snoofed versus Elo will be week 4. I think that's Summit and... what's the other map? It's Unearthed but better. And Saltier Skulks vs Bings will actually be a week 6 match. Week 6 means Jambi and Tram, so maps everyone who ever played together will probably be very, very familiar with. And probably both maps that we will most likely see in the playoffs. Yeah, looks like Gorges Gone Wild seemed to have a few problems getting onto the server. I don't know if they even can field enough players to play this match, to be honest. As you can see, Handwashers are already in full team strength available right now. But yeah, the opposing team only has 2 people. Oh, they're coming now. Probably they went to the wrong server, I don't know. Oh, I guess they're still on the training box. Oh no, that's not them. Yeah, I honestly don't know what these people are doing. But as long as they can show up here in team strength within a reasonable amount of time, I'm happy. Let me check in with the captain. Yeah, I was just informed by Gorges Gone Wild's captain, Mr. Dream himself, that they are scrambling for a merc right now. So looks like they're missing a player and looking to find a merc. So I will ask for your patience for a few more minutes, and hopefully they will find someone pretty soon and we can finally get this one going. And just as I stuffed my mouth, Gorges Gone Wild managed to field their 6th player. I thought I can have a little snack. But no. They ready up. Let's switch the overlay already. Just so we don't forget. I don't forget it. I'm sorry. Oh, this is the weird overlay bug where armor and weapon upgrades are permanently red. I had that during playtesting a while ago. But I guess that's very irrelevant information as you are used to when I cast, because all I have is irrelevant information. And here we go! Round 1, Nexus Handwashers versus Gorges Gone Wild. Strap yourself in. Here we go. Bam! And we unreadied for whatever reason. Okay, comeback. And they say legislation doesn't have bugs. Nobody says that. Here we go. Second try. Oh, aliens are not going to transit, so I even predicted that incorrectly. They go to the north side. Gorges gone wild, as aliens of course. And only 2 aliens in the south. That means Marines will most likely capture the south of the map. Let's see what Night Fury does. So meanwhile, in the north, they have already the alien advance, and Sora in my eyes just starts biting down this RT, but is being stopped by Kyo, the commander. Unrilla is obviously parasited, so Skulks know exactly where he is, and Sectionaire bites him down. And me on the south side, Night Fury is still happy in this vents and now just biting the RT. And Crazy Cat with a Drifter doesn't get the kill though, but he can obviously stop any upgoing tunnel. But since the aliens didn't have a gorge thus far, they don't even have a tunnel up yet. So they're going for a late tunnel, I guess. So let's just see how this all plays out. Bless me, nicely done. Gets the ambush. And aliens can finally get down the first Marine extractor. Oh. Sanctionaire. Ambushing Anrilla. And yeah, this is unsavable, obviously. Just see how this plays out. Oh, Ender. Can he finish up? No. Oh, and the last Skulk is down. Just let me have a look-see here. Okay, so this is Blensity and this is maybe Rex? Yes, Green Rex and Blensity, the 2 mercs for today. Lurks are obviously up, but they have to watch out or the Lurks are already down again. Let's watch Blensity and his Lurk. Being reinforced by Sectionaire and... Is it Green Rex? Yes, it's Green Rex. A lot of Lurk power right now on the field. Marines are just starting Weapons 1. So right now these Lurks are very, very dangerous. Y Hero can actually fend off Blensity's Lurk here quite well, but Green Rex comes to support him, and yeah, against 2 Lurks, oh, still some bites were missed there. Currently the map is divided quite evenly, and the team resources are in slightly in Marine favor, whereas the kills are slightly in alien favor. And yeah, good choice, don't engage here. Going back is the way to do it. And finally, they do have a tunnel up to extraction, so they decided to play the north part of the map. Crazy Cats doesn't get the harvester down, it's unfortunate for them. And yeah, but Marines defended North Basin well, but meanwhile all the RTs are blinking. Transit going down. And I guess Enclave was just being spiked. Let's watch what Lancity is doing here. And swoops in just too late. And are we biting the RT? Yes, we are. Death to the economy. In real life, you have COVID to do that. And in game, you need lurks and skulks to do that. So this is beyond saving. This is beyond saving. And all the Marines are in main base. So they're down to 1 RT, which is really, really bad. Meanwhile, aliens conquered 5 RTs, getting the hive done here up in Silo. And yeah, this looks like a very, very bad position to be in. 1 RT and 1 going up. And aliens sitting on 60 team res. Call me a pessimist, but I don't see them coming back from this. Really, they need to just perform a miracle, I guess. And even if they kill the lurk or two, these lurks are closing in on re-lurking res very, very quickly. With 5 resource towers, that's very easy to do. That was not the lurk I had selected. And Rex just swoops in to steal the kill from Lancity he worked so hard for. And Silo is finished. And theoretically, the aliens could drop just another hive if they wanted, but I guess they're gonna spend all these res on upgrades for their new fates. I don't think there was a single Gorge in play ever in this round. So just 3 lurks, 2 fates, and 1 commander. And these resource towers are going down faster than they're going up. It's really a shame. And looks like Marines don't really know what to do either. Yeah, there's the GG. Gorges gone wild. Take the first round here on Nexus. Now let's see if the reverse will be as decisive as this one. Looks like Gorges Gone Wild have lost a player. I mean, they only need 4 players to start the match. if I remember correctly. Had to look that up in the rules, to be honest, but looks like Green Rex is okay. Density has not yet been cleared, seemingly. Oh, looks like they are switching on mercs. I guess these mercs were just too strong. That means you will have to wait here, just listening to my incoherent babbling. I'm very sorry about that. I'm gonna stuff my mouth a bit more so I can have something to eat and you guys don't have to listen to me. I guess if anyone is watching and willing and able to merc, just contact, I guess, bless me. I know that a while ago this hive was quite safe against railgun exos, just because if you were in a railgun exo and were shooting at the hive from this position, you would hit the skybox behind the hive. And shooting a railgun exo at a skybox did not work back then. So every now and then, unless you hit a very specific spot, your shots would just disappear and not hit the hive and not hit any aliens behind it, just hit the skybox and therefore not being fired. But yeah, this has been fixed by the devs. So that is no longer a problem. Oh wait, they had 3 mercs? I think mercs are limited to 2, but then again, if the Handwashers do allow it, who am I to not to? After all, Crazy Cat is a referee. I think he's even referee admin. So he should know the rules probably even better than I do. And I'll trust him on this one. It's his match. Okay, here we go. Solid Snake and MST. Gorges Gone Wild do have 6 players. Now they only need to get them onto the team. And Crazy Cat has okayed both mercs. That means we can start round 2. And here we go, guys. And girls, I guess. 15 seconds, round 2 can finally start, and hopefully just a sec. Yeah, Greenex, you asked 3 minutes ago, and I thought for some reason Blancity was a merc, you and Sectionaire. But okay, this is a more standard start, I would say. Yeah, loads of Marines going south. We have one Gorge, and Skulks are ambushing in relay and transit, I guess. But the Gorge is being held up here, so we don't see the relay tunnel either. Meanwhile, MST split off of the transit group. And Muff, very low, no commander in the chair, so no medpacks for you. And MST being the only marine not parasited at the moment. So the aliens know where everyone is except for MST. Oh, Ender King is very low, he will not be able to get this. And Crazy Cat, no chance against Blancity. A Y hero, oh, bit of a torpedo skulk move here. Marines going for armor 2 straight away. No armor 1, weapons 1 like the Handwashers did last time. And the aliens are forced to spawn 1 round of X already. MST desisted, overhang. And looks like it's not being resisted right away. I guess the aliens are kind of busy. Nuff is being swarmed, but he's clearing up very nicely here. Killing all the Skulks going after him. Lancity hopping in to heal him. XZ, that Gorge was just thrown away, I'm sorry, but yeah. Aliens are down again to 2 RTs. And Marines, they could basically capture the entire map if they wanted to. Yo versus Night Fury. He's being cleared out by Crazy Cat. And I think the Marines have come anyway, except here where they gorged up. MST in the hive, desisting the main RT, and pays for it with his life. If he had shot it at the Skulks instead of assist, he probably could have taken down most of the Skulks at least. And Y Hero, I don't see him win this engagement. Aliens managed to get out at least 1 lurk. Let's see for how long. It was very, very close. Crazy Cat here leaving a bit late for my taste, but yeah, he's the lurk. I'm just a stupid observer. Oh, is that advanced Observer with the advanced spectator. 3 decimals, okay. Oh, both lurks are very low. There's no way they could take this engagement. And XZ, will we get the first extractor down? Yes, first extractor down, 5 minutes into the game. Congratulations, aliens. Meanwhile, aliens themselves are only on their base RT, which is a very, very terrible thing to be, at least 5 minutes into the game. Oh, well, quite a few bites that were missed here. XZ meanwhile regorged. Density knows what's good for him and doesn't chase the gorge too far. But now the lurks come and yeah, the Marines are no longer in the main hive. And to be honest, I don't know why this reactor, this platform, harvester and the silo have not yet been taken. I guess Marines are just too busy pressuring. They can't really take the map. Looks like Marines are finally trying to capture relay. And the lurks get their upgrades, finally. Almost 7 minutes into the game. But as you can see, the res graph is not really... Oh, 1 lurk down, Crazy Cat dies to Night Fury. I'm sorry, didn't really see that. Oh, and Unrilla, so close. Yeah, Night Fury was hellbent to kill him here, but... oh... yeah, good choice, but Density sneaking just too slow. If he would have run, he could have pinched the lurk here, but yes, goodbye Solid Snake. Not without taking down Y Hero. Okay, so tunnels are up almost the same time as phase gates. That is a bit sad, for aliens at least. And we are still on only 2 shells, not even a 3rd shell yet. So, yes, I would say Handwashers are with their back to the wall. Backed all the way into the corner, and Marines already starting weapon 3. And that will mean that Marines have more weapon upgrades and aliens have shells. And anyone who has played this game before knows that this is not a good thing. Unrilla just being caught by 3 Marines with no support. Weapon 2 Marines. RIP. And aliens are gonna go down to 2 RTs any moment now. They need a serious base rush to not lose this within the next 5 minutes. I don't know what that was. XZ goes in as a Gorge, and Kyo kind of reluctantly goes in, whereas Unrilla is camping in silo, ambushing. That's not really good communication there. Muff meanwhile on a killing spree in the main hive. And yeah, both alien locations are being pressured by 2 Marines each. make that one Marine in extraction. But there's 2 more rounds of eggs, and yeah, 3 rounds of eggs equals one shell, so they do have the rest though. Guess they saved up for the hive, but since Silo has been under pressure for so long, come on, drop the hive, 60 res. Weapons 3 is complete, and advanced support is being researched. Shotguns are up, and weapons 3 shotguns against 2 shell aliens and only skulks. I don't see how this is a situation where aliens can even hope to win. They really need a base rush and need to catch Bless Me off guard. MST doing the right thing, cycling shotguns here. And Blensity is being very annoying to the aliens again, trying to get down the few shells they have. Oh, missed the shot. And rip Blensity. Either of these pick up. The shotgun muffed it, okay. Just refreshing it, I guess. Oh, and aliens decided to just drop the relay hive. And also the relay tunnel now. And I guess, yeah, Marines are scanning everywhere but relay. Ender King managed to get to Fade Res. But yeah, 3 shotgun Marines with cap packs and nano shields. Good luck, Mr. Fade. Blensity trying to salvage the shotgun, manages it. Very nicely done. And yeah, the Marines now know about the hive. But oh, the shell is almost done. Blensity manages to pistol the shell from outside the hive. Very nicely done. And now the aliens have to watch out, or their second shell is also going down. And that's the case. One more shot, Blensity. Come on, do it. Down to 0 shells. And meanwhile, the other ones are pushing the hive in relay. The hive is obviously much younger and therefore has not the full maturity, being misted to increase the HP on the hive. But yeah, level 3 shotgun plus rifles just melts a hive, even if it's fully mature, and let alone if it's not. And I guess this will be a GG very soon. They have 2 fates, 1 hive, no upgrades, not even metabolize, so all they have is crack hive. That means their assists have more armor and their non-existent drifter heals itself. Ender King? Oh, lucky Ender King here. This could have gone very differently. But yeah, I think this is everything aliens have right now. Oh, sorry, this is everything aliens have right now. I mean, I kinda must commend them that they still hang on. But as I said, I don't see them winning this match anymore. So I guess they still have a fighting spirit. Oh, Y Hero died in the hive. Ender King 200 HP away from GG. The shell is completed. 2 shells are completed. And oh, that's GG, I guess. Gorges gone wild, gone 2-0. I can't show you the post-game stats because those are for some reason broken for me. I need to look into this. I don't know if that's for streamer mode or what is happening here, but this is definitely not the match we last saw. And I guess Crazy Cats switch maps already. I wanted to give them a few moments to look at their stats and have a small breather. And now we're going to Tanith. This map is gonna go official with the next patch, whenever this is coming. So any day, I guess. But we'll see. For now, we're playing the mod. And the mod has some very, very shitty textures, because mods are limited in their size, and so Zavero, who brought us this map, had to scale down the textures to fit everything into a classic mod for NS2. And the real map we will see once the game is updated to the next patch. Will actually look better, because all the crappy textures will be replaced with proper ones. But I think Chemical has the gas tank with a texture that has like 20 pixels. And there's a few others, but I actually don't know all of them. This is just the one always to look out for, just to see if you're on the mod or on the beta branch where the map is already available. Looks like Gorges Gone Wild will start as aliens. That means Ender King is on the wrong team. Let's see if and when he notices. So, on this map, Marines will always start in Old Wing, and aliens will always start in Fusion Core. This map used to have 2 double res locations, Chemical and Reactor Room, but for balance changes, one of the Chemical RTs has been moved to acidic processing, and also we have 1 RT in the WAC, Western Access Corridor, because no map is complete with at least 2 rooms called Access. And this is always a newer addition to the map, this RT in the WAC. But this is how the map will be released. It's a very, very rich map, as in you will always have more than enough res, just because of the amount of resource towers and how they are spaced out. And let's see if that means that both teams will have the availability of enough tech. But yeah, only time will tell, and not before both teams are ready up. Waiting on Gorges Gone Wild to start the map. Not sure what the holdup is, probably someone taking a short break. Night Fury is moving, Glen City, Solid Snake and MST, and Muff. So probably just talking strategy. Yeah, I see some pings here. Guess that means we will see a clock wall around this area. Not sure who pinged, but we've seen that in the last match on this map. Can't tell you who the competitors were back then, but anyway, Blasphemy readies for Gorges Gone Wild, and round 1 on Tanith will start. The aliens going straight for chemical. Marines splitting up more evenly. Sending 3 people to their double res, and here comes Solid Snake. And yeah, that's pretty much the clog up I predicted here. No clogs yet though, but webs and hydras. And just everyone is waiting for the others to make the first move. Oh, Night Fury gets a snack here, and that is the cleanup. And I'm afraid this RT will pay for the Marines' failure. Solid Snake, you need to heal, you're a Gorge. Spit at them. With energy. That's so sad. I mean, they managed to get everyone out alive. Pretty much. And nobody's taking the top left side yet. Crazy Cat is building Wak Power and I guess RT. So they decided to not split the map east-west but north-south. No, not north-south but instead east-west. And ironically, Gorges Gone Wild decided to take the eastern part of the map. Big Z, yeah, it's no chance here. Don't know why he even moved in. And aliens are being pushed back everywhere but relay right now. So pretty even on RTs most of the time. Team resources reflect that very well. Oh, we even see a whip here. So they really want to keep acidic processing and chemical transport free from marine influence. But XZ finally decides to go to SATCOM and just poke that RT. Meanwhile, Blanzidi and MST are the first lurks on the field. And Blanzidi gets down XZ before his team is ready to support him. Meanwhile, Night Fury getting down waste handling. Good to see some res biting and not just res rifling. Crazy Cat now being ambushed by Muff, not getting in a single shot. Ender King obviously knows that Muff is around, so gets in at least a few shots. But Muff decides to instead try to kill Anrilla and probably get down waste, but Anrilla is having none of it. Three shells complete. That is a luxury I don't think we had the last round on Nexus. But then again, teams were reversed. MST is the spearhead here. Lancity died meanwhile. Sorry I didn't see that. I was here on the what I thought to be the main engagement. Lancity lost his lurk. I want to say to Unrilla, but I'm not sure. Maybe you saw it on the minimap. But since aliens are on 5 RTs, that is a setback, but not a neckbreaker. And meanwhile, the Marines are pushing chemical here. Got the whip down. Now they need to kill the tunnel. And MST knows better than to fly into 3 Marines, fully reloaded. There is quite a bit of PV going down. And that means that Relay can bleed out. SATCOM Hive is fully grown and being upgraded. Didn't even see them capturing that, but I mean, it's to be expected more or less. Meanwhile, Muff as a fade. Upgrades yet. And just has to leave without killing a Marine. And Solid Snake is going full ham on on XZ here. Second tunnel going up. Oh, I guess it's the first tunnel now. Because Marines killed Chemical. Metabolize finally started for the fade. And Muff will soon have the rest to even get his shell upgrades. That means against level 1 shotguns he will still have a fighting chance, or at least should have a fighting chance. And Night Fury in the meantime evolved into the second fade. I know Solid Snake seems to be the only one willing to fight here. MST just taking the scenic route. And Crazy Cat against Two-Face with weapons 1 shotgun, not a chance. and the poor Marines onto RTs. They can afford half another round of shotguns, but yeah, right now with 2 RTs, each of these shotguns is very valuable to the Marine team. Crazy Cat with a PP GG. And I mean, this was just... it was okay for the first few minutes, but then Marines just started losing very hard. And yeah, as you can see, from here on, the aliens were just way too rich for the aliens. The aliens were too rich for the Marines to compete, not the Marines were rich. Yeah. I don't know what's the hold up with Solid Snake. Oh, I guess the second match of the day is about to begin. So right now you have the choice of either watching the rest of this match or see if Loam has already started the other match. Which would be Snoofed versus Elogain. Handwashers. Missing a team member right now. Sorry, I had to answer a few messages on Discord. Looks like Y Hero has left and not yet returned. The Yoke Baron joined up. And here we go. Final round. Let's see if Handwashers will manage to get a 3-1 or if this will be another match going 4-0. Unrilla popping popping a blueprint here. Into 4 Marines. Oh, he gets at least 2 parasites. Meanwhile, MST. I don't know what they're waiting for. They know that there's 4 Marines on the other side. And bless me, gets down 2 skulls before he's overwhelmed. And Night Fury has the opportunity to cut the cis chain here, but decides to stay sneaky for a while. But yeah, Ender King finds him. And Night Fury, oh, Muff unable to save his teammate, only able to avenge him. I don't know why Solid Snake would start building the power here. Or was that just an audio illusion? I don't know. Bless me. Oh, Yoke Baron. Yeah, manages to save his Gorge. Oh no, he definitely built 5% of that power node. And Andrew King should be going back to the Hive to here, as he does. And Yoke Baron still in a pickle here, but Unrilla manages to get down Muff, so the Gorge is safe for now, but permanently out of energy. As it looks. But just a few seconds of downtime and the Gorge will be refueled. Meanwhile, 3 Marines pressuring main Hive. Make that 2. And here's a window with a hole in it. So you can walk past it. As a scout, you can easily get through. Yoke Baron finally gets taken out, being pinned between Muff and Night Fury. There's no way he gets out of there. Oh, the whip. Bless me just ran past that whip and does not get the Drifter. But Aliens again going to be on 2 RTs very, very soon. There's no way even the Lurk can save this. Andrilla's second Lurk not being misted. Gonna pop any second now. And finally, Crack Hive is being started. Yoke Baron decides to heal up the RT a bit before trying to finish up that Hive in SATCOM. But Marines are already pushing Comcore again. And meanwhile, Ixed is biting Reds, manages to get down the WAC. And won't you look at that? I guess if he hadn't healed the RT, would have been down. So good on him. Oh, CD not parasited, sneaking through Comcore, trying to catch probably the Lurk off guard. Solid Snake, Crazy Cat goes down in reactor room. That's 50% of the Lurks going down. And meanwhile, Lancity, oh, gets down the other Lurk, Unrilla. That means we are officially Lurk free for now. Which is only good news if you have a rifle and an armor. And are breathing oxygen, not if you're an alien. Inner King at least gets down the RT and Solid Snake dies too. But that is the only good news for the alien team. Everything else is just bad news piled upon bad news. And we are still quite a bit away from Fate Res. So not sure if XZ and Ender King can even afford to wait for Fate Res, or if they should lurk instead. Base gates are being started. The res gap is widening. And here we can see why. I mean, Marines have lost more RTs now. But I guess that's only because they prevent alien harvesters from even going up. And the Marines are about to go back up to 5 RTs. And even 6. Oh no, that's not being built, it's 5 RTs. And what are these drop shadows? Bye bye Blend CD. Oh, Night Fury catches Ender King. So no respiting for you, my friend. And Yoke Baron, not in real danger here. See some mucus membrane being dropped. And now Yoke Baron overextending, Blensity coming up behind him. And now he's the filling in the delicious marine sandwich. I mean, not so delicious for him, I guess. And Marines are mowing down too many Skulks. Shotguns are being done right now. 2-2 Marines with shotguns against just Skulks. Yikes. That is a very painful situation to be in again. And even the Skulks are running out slowly. Yo, hopping back in, decides not to spawn eggs. But maybe she should. But she can't. That's just now 5 T-Res. Oh, Blensity missing a few shots. Einrilla manages to get down a shotgun, but Marines are sitting on so many res. Muff is on 50 res, MST was on 40 res, almost 50. Solid Snake sits on 50 res, Blensity on 30. That's just so many weapons. That could still be bought. And they actually managed to get up to the Fates. They held out long enough. Muff meanwhile kills the Drifter, and aliens are about to go down to their 2 RTs. And obviously both Fates are completely naked, no upgrades yet. Oh, XZ almost loses his Fate. Not lurks, the Fates. Fates don't have metabolize, Fates don't have upgrades, and they're up against soon to be level 3 shotguns. Meanwhile, metabolize is being started. And Density and Muff decide to kill the tunnel, so the hives are no longer connected. And aliens try to close the phase gate to these tunnels, and looks like they will be successful in their endeavor. But yeah, Lancity and Muff still running rampant here. The Infusion Core finally metabolized is up. And Weapons 3 is still a couple of seconds away from finishing. Now both Fates have teamed up. XZ, ooh, it's really close again. He's just one meat shot away. He shouldn't be that close to that shotgun, but I guess he has to. And meanwhile, Marines are building up the armory in these tunnels. And here comes the nade spam. Crazy Cat goes down. Oh, Ender King is still pondering going back into the mix, but wisely decides not to. Oh, Night Fury. Bit lucky here. Ender King very low. MST manages to go back and save his shotgun. Good on him. And meanwhile, Lancity and Muff are terrorizing Fusion Core. XZ finally manages to kill Muff, downing one more shotgun. But yeah, as I said, the rest are coming in faster than they can spend them. And the first two arcs are ready in reactor room. That means aliens should really get a Shade Hive, but the question is, how should they pay for it? They have barely enough res for a Shade, let alone the Shade Hive upgrade. So this will be an arc attack with no ink to counter it. Crazy Cat manages to kill another RT, but at this point, do Marines really care that much anymore? Base gate at the front is up. Marines are pushing in on foot. This time with HMGs and shotguns. Here comes the push for the gate. The HMG is down. But only temporarily. Come on, well together. Thanks. Oh, Ender King. That could have gone differently if one of the rifles would have welded the face gate and the shotgun would have been in the mix. That phase could have gone down very easily. Yeah, that's not enough for your arcs. You need to move them forward, bless me. Obviously, this map being new means not everyone has all the ranges yet, so you have to find a good position. This arc might be just barely in range. Solid Snake could need some armor here. And I guess it's only a matter of time till the first Fate dies here, because this hive is going down. It's going down fast. It's only one Gorge healing it and 4 arcs killing it. And aliens actually managed to clean up the push, but yeah, it's a Pyrrhic victory here. They lost everything. I mean, Bile Bomb is complete just as the arcs are already retreating. And there's more PvE for the meat grinder. one salvo. Bye bye tunnel. Bye bye harvester. Oh, meanwhile Unrilla had relurked and already lost the lurk while I was busy watching the arcs do their thing. Oh, just wanted to see what Crazy Guy's up to. And the fate goes down. Gorges gone wild. Take this serious. 4-0. Congratulations, Gorges gone wild. And better luck next time. Handwashers. Thank you all for watching. Let me see the other match is already going. It's being streamed on Loam's channel, and I will take a break and maybe see you all in a few. Gonna be a 5-minute break, because in 5 minutes Saltier Skulks versus the Binguses will be played on Jambi. So, welcome to the second match on this channel, third match of the day. We are here on Jambi, Saltier Skulks versus Binguses. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm a bit preoccupied here, chatting with the teams and in Discord. So you'll have to live your life without my rambling for a bit. So, looks like we're gonna have a co-caster today. Godzilla decided that just sitting on his bed and being sick is not for him. I told him I didn't want him to stream 4 hours plus today because he's sick and he already streamed yesterday. And I'm afraid that he might lose his voice if he's talking for 4 hours, just casting matches while being sick, having a cold. And so we decided that I will be the main caster for today. And he can't live without it, seemingly, so he's coming now to join us. And will be giving his 2 cents to everything. But you will be stuck with my terrible camera movement and just see what I see or what Duddy sees. Not sure what's taking you so long. Goldzilla. It's feeling a bit like pub, but we're not waiting for commanders to join. Heyo!
Hey, Ko, how you doing, man?
Oh, I guess better than you, my friend.
Well, I mean, I'm still recovering for sure, but man, oh man, I am so much better than yesterday.
That's good to hear. I had a bit of a COVID scare today. A friend who was visiting on Tuesday called me. He tested positive and waiting on his PCR test. But all my tests have been negative, so I'm good to go.
I know that feeling. I was just taking some home tests out here. You can get them at every supermarket, and I took like 3. So far, so good.
Yeah, I had my first one today in quite a while, but yeah, it was negative, and maybe a test. We have free tests here available for everyone, so probably just tomorrow or Tuesday, gonna take one of these. And
Yeah, I think you can still do that where I am right now, but the doing it yourself seems somewhat less intrusive, even though, of course, it's not.
yeah, I guess so. But I had to get a test from my sister-in-law, and they're leaving for a short holiday, so they're not going to be available. So I have the choice to go into a supermarket and buy one, or just get one for free.
Yeah, always good to travel before you get your results, guys. You've heard it here
Yeah.
first.
Absolutely. Oh, I guess we have to ban some bots.
Oh. Let's see. I thought they were just about to be ready, but
But yeah,
nice to.
everyone was waiting on you, but for some reason they decided not to ready up.
Well, it's nice of them to wait, but I am excited, as I'm sure everybody else is, to get this game underway. Let's see if Void is able to put down his gorge tunnel without getting killed. Last time we saw him attempt this on Jambi, he tried to get a tunnel in Baywing. Let's see if they go for that gamble again.
Yeah, nothing all too surprising here.
4 Skulks heading to the right. This probably means they're attempting that Baywing tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, no gorge yet, so
Gonna go gorge up here in the back of Baywing, and he's gonna try to get that tunnel down.
that's
Hopefully he has
Void. Void again with the tunnel.
Yeah. This is the strat they've decided works best on this, but if you look on the other side of the map, we've got P-Stash walking to offload.
Yeah, Woolets just stops Datsu. So let's see how Risk and MST are faring against the tunnel, which has been dropped. Yeah, it's up.
Yeah. 100% more effective than the last time they tried this strategy. That tunnel is up, and they're going to be able to get an RT off of it. Still haven't quite established the res yet, but this is a huge advantage, and it's going to take a ton of focus from this Marine team. You can see already, though, 3 Marine players on the tunnel. Just a few moments to decide whether or not this will be a successful tunnel push.
Pikachu tries to flank, but gets shut down instantly, and yeah, I guess that is the end of Void's tunnel. And Daddy has to get the fuck out or die, and decided for the latter.
Well, it's not as serious of a loss as it could have been. That Gorge is still up. He's in danger of being pinched by Datsu at the moment. This is, he does have the awareness, or not. Datsu is actually Green Rex. They've been swapping names just to joke around with one another. Gorge eventually does go down, though.
Just for your information, official mode is on, so Datsu is Datsu and Green Rex is Green Rex.
Okay.
We are enforcing NSL names right now, just to stop this kind of thing.
I'm glad to be corrected then. Nice to see Datsu playing. He hasn't been in as many gathers as he used to be. But the normal... Now we're getting back to sort of a more normal start for this alien team. Those 2 res nodes are established. It's sad to lose the Gorge that early, but they're not in a terrible position. No RTs... or actually, we did lose an RT in Baywing, but nothing too extraneous, no big hits to their economy. And the Marines are on 3 RTs as well.
Yeah,
2 Marines walking up into offload. Sorry for cutting you off there.
Yeah, Pikachu just being pinched and no chance of escaping. That's Skylight's Void decided, nope, not for me. And Zipar is left alone. And yeah, I guess, oh no, Void is not even biting supply lines. Marines are currently taking down 2 of the 3 alien RTs.
You can see the aliens have already made the call
Yeah.
to go for base.
They obviously aren't. Duddy survives, but
Command station under attack.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it
MST.
was slowly forming on the map as the Marines got 2 Marines into Oregon and 2 Marines in Oxy at the same time. You saw the call for base going out and the aliens getting in position for it. They just weren't there quite fast enough. I mean, you could have gone in with 2 Skulks and maybe done a little bit more damage to the IPs.
Armor 3
But,
is started. And aliens are down to 1 RT, 2 shells, and 1 biomass going up. So, yeah, Zepar looks like it's not even being misted. So, 3 lurks on the field.
And this isn't an all-in play to have 3 lurks on the field, but it is an incredibly aggressive play. It potentially leads to another base set of base pressure. You do see the obs going up right now, so that won't be possible for these aliens to do. It's very unusual, though, to see armor 3 before weapons 1. These lurks will be difficult to shoot out of the sky. Let's see if these lurks coming out is the difference for this alien team to establish themselves on the map.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Zepar going super low. On the other hand, Ammo 3, if I remember correctly, that's another bite for the lurk. So, as difficult as these lurks are gonna be to shoot down, as difficult are the Marines going to be to bite down for these lurks. So,
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I mean, it's going to take you from 4 bites to 5, and that can make a huge amount of difference. If you have Marines right around the corner trying to reinforce a position, and you're just stuck on a Marine that you're trying to kill, it's going to be really difficult.
yeah, Marines are up to 4 RTs, and aliens just slowly getting back to 3. Meanwhile, MST and Risk are trying to keep that number at 2. But I guess these lurks are hellbent on getting up to 3 RT. Oh, Babbler! Oh, is he? No, he makes it out. Roulette, 17 HP. 1 pistol shot from Pistache would have ended this lurk. And meanwhile, Green Rex sneaking in field of view of the Drifter. Desists. Oxygenation. And Roulette getting low again.
Yeah, Babbler trying to find a way back onto his side of the map, though. Datsu is in position to possibly pinch this lurk. I don't know if they know exactly where he is, but they know he hasn't made it back quite yet.
Yeah, and Pikachu almost going down in Oxy to Green Rex, but again, yeah, Roulette is kind of stuck in this vent for now. So let's see if they manage to... No. Pikachu gets him down. And yeah, looks like Roulette is out. But yeah, that's a lot of time to spend in an event just thinking about what went wrong. And now let's see, Zipar being ambushed by Green Rex, but Green Rex was not welded up, so easy kill for the lurk.
Yeah, but if you hit Q, the res game is starting to look pretty dire for this alien team. If you look at this, I don't know if you're looking at the same graph I'm looking at, but not a single resource tower has fallen for this Marine team yet, and they're almost 100, or they're almost 50 team res above this alien team. In fact, they are. It's going to be a huge advantage for their tech path, and it's going to be really hard for them to come back. And now we see, though...
HMGs are up in Bay Wing.
And that complements the strategy they've committed to so far, having that quick Armor 3 upgrade. The HMGs really, you get a huge damage boost from them, but it's not like you're not overly reliant on weapons upgrades. It seems less impactful than having a shotgun or other weapons. If you have an HMG, you just have an HMG, guys. That's gonna be a lot of damage that you're able to throw downfield.
Yeah, the puncture damage on these HMG sure mows down life forms very, very quickly. And looks like aliens are possibly getting down their first harvester. No, Marines reacting in time. But down 1% and first harvester down, or extractor rather. We've lost 4 harvesters already and 1 extractor.
Yeah, and it's 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes into this game, and no hive in sight for this alien team. They do have enough to finally drop it, but that gate is probably going to go up before they even place the baby hive down. So it's going to be really hard for this alien team to be able to hold Marines out of waste recycling. And
Pikachu has to go back to heal, and meanwhile Roulette should just save up his HP to group up with Pikachu, I guess. But yeah, all the Marines except for MST. Oh, Babbler is going down. Just gonna say, all the Marines except for MST are on HMG right now. And MST as a rifle solo pushing the left side, EC. And
that's something we haven't seen much of. The commander actually recycled that Gorge tunnel. He just wants to drop electrical. This whole thing, it's nice to have a few ticks of res come out of this RT and waste, but he knows that the Marines are on the other side of the field, and that's where the gates are established. This is their gamble, that they can make this hive go before the supply gate is finished.
EC has been scanned, and 2 HMGs are pushing supply lines already. So I guess the Marines will also just pivot. Getting down waste, getting down Oxy. And yeah, but these HMGs are somewhat in a pickle, but no, the aliens decide that's too risky. If they know if they lose those 2 lurks right now, the game's over.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit interesting, though, to have seen that tunnel be recycled so quickly, and now it's just only now being dropped in electrical core. That's because Katz didn't have enough as a commander Gorge to drop the tunnel himself. So it is going to be established, and they are going to be cleaning up. The aliens actually using the space that they created by trading positions really well. They're on this gate in the center of the map with 2 healthy life forms, and they're taking back res. This could be a crucial switching point for this alien team. But Pykaz alone, abandoned by the Fade player, not quite bold enough to stay in that fight. 3 weapons down on the ground, but they're going to be retrieved by this Marine team.
Yeah, Pikachu with 80 HP going out, but I guess Duddy just wanted to play it super safe. So
yeah,
he just got out by the time that 2 Marines were out of the gate already, because he knows 2 Marines level 1 HMGs just spell very, very quick death for any Fade. I mean, especially with a Fade that does not have any upgrades yet. Metabolized just now completed, and they're on 3 biomass, so Duddy is quite fragile still. And yeah, Katzen trying to do some sneaky stuff here in gravity. Oh, Zepar.
Yeah, they're going to try to get the Gorge healing on top of this gate, although the fight has to be clinched before they can sit on the gate, and the Gorge has found a way to not be completely obliterated. They're pulling these Marines around quite successfully, and they might instead go for some kind of Gorge tunnel, I imagine Katz is thinking about it. It's hard to place in the back of that RT there. You have to do it in the front. But that is what's going on. He's going to get a Gorge tunnel. I think this is a sort of a forced into an opportunity. He didn't think about doing this, I imagine, in the beginning. I think it was really a gambit to push that gravity gate. But they're going to take full advantage.
They all gather up in EC and now pushing the base in one Hail Mary push. And I mean, they get down the ops, but it doesn't really matter. Just 10 T-res for the Marines. Luckily, it's only Katzen's Gorge that died.
Yeah,
And,
pretty successful. It seems like it's not a big victory, and honestly, it could have been a lot better for this alien team. But this is sort of your emergency button. As a commander, you need a Marine to go ahead and build that obs back in your base, and it's just going to slow down whatever forward momentum this Marine team had. They have yet to scout the repairs tunnel, although I imagine they must guess it's there. How else did all those aliens arrive in your base? 3 Marines now pushing towards repairs. But this means they're off gates. This could be a huge moment if the aliens realize how committed these Marines are to pushing the tunnel here. And they're going to see them with that drifter. See if they can take any position back from the Marines because...
Yeah, Oxy, no, Daddy has to leave, and Zipar overstayed his welcome by too much and goes down. So that's one lurk down. He can instantly re-lurk, but it's gonna be a naked lurk for a while now.
Yeah, and I think Daddy is a very, very good Fade player and a good player all around. I wish a little bit that he was staying in these fights slightly longer. Shotguns are out now, and none of them have appeared on the field, but that's the real nemesis for a good Fade player, because that burst damage in the target of the Fade is just such a large target. But honestly, I think he sticks in that fight with the lurk, and maybe Zipar doesn't go down. He still had mostly, I think, 70% of his life still to play around with.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, obviously Daddy was very cautious, but again, Zipar could have left earlier. I don't know if the call wasn't made and Zipar didn't realize that Daddy had already ditched him, or if Zipar thought, okay, maybe I'll get one of these HMGs down. But yeah, we'll never know, I guess.
Yeah, and you know what? It's always the right play when you're playing from behind as the alien team to play cautiously with your life forms. Because unlike weaponry from the Marine side, it cannot be retrieved. So you lose that Fade, all of a sudden you're in a much worse position. And now he finally has a Fade buddy, so now 2 Fades can push this gate. And Duddy soaking a few bullets. I think Void is the one that you want to run in the room first, and having Duddy kind of clean up after him. But 4 Marines, 5 aliens are in on this gate. Marines piling through the phase gate.
First shotgun on the ground. But yeah, this is pretty much a grinder right now. And gate goes down. Now the 2 arcs that have already been produced are nothing but res. Do we shoot down? And Duddy goes down to the shotgun. Now Duddy overstayed his welcome against 3 Marines.
Oh, no. And he had to know the reinforcements were coming from gravity, but randomly rends into 3 of them in X, and that's just going to be too much for Duddy to avoid. But it's really too bad. It changes the flavor of this alien comeback. It really seemed like for a while that they were starting to dominate this mid game. You know, they're always going to be behind after that late start. But this is a team that lost both of their naturals twice, and here they are putting up a strong fight against the Marine side.
Yeah, and I mean the lurks are gonna be not that effective against HMGs as they're gonna be against shotguns. They can always choose to just spike against a shotgun, but against an HMG that's not really an option. You're just gonna get fed these bullets back. And yeah, so I guess losing one of these Fades is really, really huge. Oh boy. Missing a few swipes, and the arcs are finally moving forward. We have 4 of them, which obviously is the maximum in comp mod. On the other hand, the shift and the shade and the crack are almost up. Katzen hopping out to build them. He knows he has to ink very soon. Drops another shift. So all the PvE is available in Pipeworks right now.
Yeah. I think Katz is trying to show us something today. This is a very different way of playing than we normally see from Katz. I mean, he did go for that risky tunnel, but you know, if it had paid off, it had been really, really strong. But he really had a mastery of the momentum of the round when he decided to switch lanes. And Katz just gets all the PvE structures up the second they're required, like a good RTS player might do. So Katz really showing us that he's got a good handhold on the game today, and I think maybe after doing his more no miss coming out until quite late, but yeah, I think he's trying to show us that he can play a little bit more standard. Maybe that's not necessarily call. I know he tried doing this the last time he was on Zombie, but yeah, I'm just saying that I'm seeing a lot of plays that I like out of Katz right now.
Yeah, and also, I mean, maps like, especially Tanith, are not as well understood by some players, I guess. Whereas Jambi, I would say, is more or less the default map, or one of the default maps for any gather. So this map has seen a lot of play in the comp scene. Oh, Katzen manages to get out there, almost loses his Gorge. But yeah, so as the only Gorge, he's biling hard on these arcs, and let's see. Oh, if Risk just had pushed a little bit more, Katz would have lost his Gorge, but Risk decided to not take any risk and just stay back.
Look at this, trying to win another mini engagement on the other side of the map. The remaining player in the hive still continuing to ink, trying to bait these Marines forward, taking the gate behind this Marine pressure. What an interesting moment. Again, Katz playing a good RTS commander right now. Very cool to see him take a little victory on the other side of the map, right in the middle of this fight. All Marines have committed to this push, coming around that corner,
Gravity.
and they do kill the Gorge.
Gravity Hive has been dropped behind all this. So they have a third Hive on the field. It's being built by only Drifter yet, but yeah, Katz obviously just instantly regorges. Inks just in time for these arcs not to fire.
Yeah, but even having the Gorge down for just a second, the Hive is taking so much more permanent damage. You know, you're never going to out-heal 4 arcs with just one Gorge.
I guess the Marines have spotted the Hive and decide, oh no, let's just kill the new Hive.
Boy, I'm a little surprised by them trying to move back out of this forward pressure. I think maybe they're a little scared that they're just spending too much. They're losing too much map control to try to kill this Hive. They were relatively close, you know, with the amount of pressure they were putting on. Emma's team missing a ton of shots. Finally does kill the Skulk on his feet. But needs to be careful. They can't afford really to med at all until they get a second RT up. That scan on its own costing so much for this Marine team at this economically disadvantaged moment in the game. Can you believe this is how the game turned out? Hard to imagine.
Yeah, it's definitely a very, very nice comeback from the Alien team right here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not complete yet. The game can still go both ways. I mean, just losing Void here as a fade is really, really a setback. So they're down to 2 lurks right now.
And nobody finished healing the Hive in Pipeworks if they quickly siege this Hive in Gravity, which is so easily siegeable from the top of security. This could be dangerous for the Alien team, but the Marines are splitting their focus really well. 3 Marines on the push, 2 Marines on the gate. Let's see if they get pressured at all. These Aliens seem pretty scared to push in.
The shade is up just in time, but I mean that will just mean that Marines need one extra salvo. And just as the hive is completed, the hive is already down. But, I mean, aliens are on 7 RTs right now, so I'm not saying it doesn't matter that the hive died, but it's not as much of a setback as it would be for a Marine team with 2 RTs to lose that many T-Rays right now.
Yes, yeah, totally. And it's really scary for these Marine team. For this Marine team, you wait too much longer, and everybody is going to have a re-life form. Babbler's just about to have Onos res, and the Marines are just really struggling to cap any res nodes.
Yeah, I mean,
they're so focused on pushing locations that they haven't been taking care of their economy.
Earlier in this round, we were praising the HMGs for being such a good lifeform killer, but then again, Weapons 1 HMGs are maybe the least bad option against Anonos, but they're not really a good option. You don't want to have Weapons 1 anything against Anonos. And Gravity just being redropped right now, this time with a Gorge on it. And one Drifter's working, the other one is just watching. Because, as we know, only one Drifter at a time can build any structure, and the Arcs are just moving back slowly as they do. And yeah, this time the Hive will be ready before the Arcs are in position. Just what a difference a Gorge makes. And Pikachu going down, losing a slurp, while I'm watching the Arcs inching closer.
Yeah, so this Hive is in danger of going down yet again. But does it really matter? I mean, it's easily droppable again for this alien team. And the Marines are yet to cap a second or a third RT. There's sort of a weird reversal of roles. I mean, usually when the aliens are behind, holding on to those life forms, super important. Now it's the Marines that just have to hold on to their equipment. They can't really rebuy weapons.
I mean,
only one
MST is on 80 res.
Holy crap. That's so interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that from him, but I guess he picked up somebody's shotgun ages ago and hasn't died.
Roulette as an Onos. Finally, getting really low. But Pikachu, after losing his lurk, I guess that was still his first lurk, right? So he could just transition from lurk into Onos. And so there's 2 Onai on the field right now, and soon to be 0 arcs. So aliens with the, I don't know if it's a BM hive in waste or just a decoy. Anyway, it's down. Just being killed by Datsu. And
I think this is one of the most fantastic comebacks. One of the most that I've seen so far. Just like losing both your naturals, losing the tunnel, losing the gorge, losing both your naturals again, and then still coming back and winning this game. Cats with a number of really intelligent plays through using the tunnel, won himself gravity while the Marines were pushing his hive. I'm so shocked that they weren't able to kill that hive in Pipeworks. And I think maybe it would have been, hindsight 2020. They were concerned about losing map control while pushing that hive, but they weren't really able to reestablish anywhere when they stopped pushing. And at least they would have been able to kill Pipeworks, a hive with more invested in its location, more upgrades, more biomass. That might have made a little bit of a difference, although it's hard to say what's right and what's wrong. Both of these teams are playing really, really well.
Yeah.
Just Cat got the upper hand.
I mean, I think one of the major points about killing Pipeworks is also that all the upgrades are in Pipeworks, so it just lost the fade.
Yeah, I happened to catch it on my screen. It was pretty awesome. I mean, for the Marine player, P-Stash soloed Void's fade, and it wasn't even that Void made any misses with his swipes. It was just P-Stash just didn't miss. Oh my god! Marines thrown into the grinder absolutely demolished by these two Onoses.
Yeah, and that's the GG.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. Being stuck on weapons 1 against an Onos just is never gonna feel good.
Yeah, unfortunately, post-game stats are not working for me. I don't know if it's streamer mode or if anything's broken on my end.
Oh, that's too bad. I can see them, and I usually don't have that issue, so I don't know what kind of thing is going on for you.
Yeah, it's probably one of the testing sessions on playtest broke something on my NS2. I don't know. I'll have to look into that at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to read them out here, but the really highest kill player for the alien team for this alien victory was Pycaz, otherwise known as Sectionared, with 18 kills and 5 deaths, playing Lurk for a lot of that game until... Did he go Onos? Is that what happened? But the res graph, I don't know if you can press Q to see the res graph.
Everything in-game works perfectly. It's just the
post-game.
The overview post-game that does not work. But yeah, the Q graph, I mean, it's a bit shit because it starts when the map starts and not when the round starts. But yeah, you can see the team res where aliens are just so far behind, and at some point they just start to catch up and even exceed the Marines' wealth. So,
yeah, I've never seen in the middle of an arc push a tunnel like that, tunneling gravity, get established, and then them switching off the arc push to wipe the gate in the middle of the arc push before the Marines are able to react, and then get back to the hive and defend it. That's just really tight coordination.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, it's really nice to see from this alien squad. For sure, they're all capable of doing this. And it's been a little bit disappointing to see them underperform a little bit. I think absolutely everybody on their team is just such a good player. Void, most of all. We have a side deal going on where I have to compliment him.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just reading chat right now, and Sinilus complimented Void. Go Void, and I guess by this time he was already dead for us. They didn't know about it. I don't know.
I saw that as well. They're very excited for Void and ended up. Unfortunately, you didn't see it. It was pretty brutal. Void lost his fade versus P-Stash alone on the off lane with the lurk right around the corner, nonetheless. And yeah, it happens to the best of us. But yeah, another little interesting thing about this game that I have a hard time really imagining is the kill graph. The kill graph is the Marines were ahead the entire time. Even when the aliens had all their higher life forms out, the Marines were still way ahead in the number of kills. And I think what must have happened is that they stopped really fighting one another in that arc push. The aliens didn't actually jump out and kill a bunch of Marines. The Marines didn't jump out and kill a bunch of aliens. But because of the maneuvering of the commander, the aliens were able to get the positional advantage. And then, it's just this long drought of kills on either side in those last couple of minutes of that game. Really interesting to see. Wow, Armor 3 finished at 5 minutes and 39 seconds into the match. They were so far ahead for so long, and then they just let some of their map positioning they let it slip a little bit. I know Ritual is really not happy about that. I think his team is another one full of incredibly good players that I'm sure he feels are underperforming, or I'm sure they feel like they're underperforming a little bit against, I think if they're all playing as well as they possibly could be, they're like in the contender for one of the top teams. And they've had some really hard games fought against Snoofed and Alski. And I think, ideally they would want to be able to compete on that level. And I know they've lost a few games they've felt like they should have won. So I really do love these players on the other side too. So as much as it's been nice seeing the Binguses take that excellent game, which they totally earned, it's been a little sad to see Salty not performing as high as they know they can.
Aren't you supposed to root for Binguses since they have the best player in NS2 history?
Well, I always want to root for the underdogs. Come on, you don't always want to see the best player win. Duddy taking a life form even against all those Skulks. But yeah, they're going to get quite a bit of pressure here. And what is P-Stash doing? Putting a little clog wall so far forward? I like it, but it's a little unusual. Just these slight deviations can end up changing the flavor of the map quite a lot.
Yeah, this is the location where you put the clock wall if you're playing Metro, which is basically the official 10v10 Jambi. And But on Jambi it's more common to see it where P-Stash is right now, I would say.
Yeah, and I think, the way that P-Stash has his little, if you take his perspective or jump into the room, the way he has his little clog wall going, it doesn't stop Marines from walking in, but if they do jump through the way he has it, they're going to get stuck on a web, which actually, I think is more and more these days, I think is actually sort of the right way of doing it, using less clogs, enticing people to jump into your spider web, and just like a spider, using it as a trap.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same in pubs. I mean, obviously, pub play and comp play are only comparable to a very small degree. But obviously, what works in comp will most likely be adapted, if adaptable, to just pub play. And MST decided to lurk in Oxy, and as a result, not being misted.
Too high away from that mist box, apparently. Usually, it's sort of a cylindrical zone where the mist takes effect. Usually, you can be in a little bit.
I think mist like cysts does just go in a ball, not in a ball, cylinder.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Just a spherical effect, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that cysts are extruding the infestation in a sphere, but not sure about the mist, to be honest.
I'm sure it works the same way. I mean, it's nice to know the little intricacies of the game. Sometimes you just don't get that deep game knowledge. So always fun to hear something like that.
Oh, and yeah, I guess Organ is ripped. It's gonna bleed out, and meanwhile a big ball of 3 lurks and 1 gorge return the favor in repairs.
Yeah, Marines are having a pretty hard time establishing their res, and these
Pikachu!
Wow! Oh my god!
Oh, rip Rex!
Oh and he almost does a ton of damage to the second one too. And these lurks, which felt so safe in that pack, in that flock of birds, end up losing one of their comrades to a really sneaky Euro play. And Void wants to see if he can copy his big brother and catch a lurk on the RT, but that's what happens when you have so many lurks, is that you have to bite res with them. And occasionally, when biting res, when biting any marine structure, you're just very exposed. It's why pushing phase gates can be so disastrous. But so far, I'm going to hang on to both the other lurks, and that'll be enough to...
MST just sneaking up on Void.
Yeah, you sneak up on my guys, I can sneak up on your guys. just gonna silently glide into your backside and take the engagement.
That sounded really, really wrong.
Yeah, he's got a spike for him in the backside. Void, almost taking a 2v1 there.
Yeah, but Zipar cleans up Green Rex before he can do any serious damage to that extractor. Oh.
So many good sneaking moments! Oh my god!
No, I missed it again. I was looking at the hive.
Oh, it was brutal. MST insecurity, flying, like trying to be quiet, flying without flapping into that. Oh, another alert goes down. Disastrous for this alien team.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was looking at this push right here and didn't really look at security, but
Yeah. I mean, I think it was unexpected that would have garnered such a big win right there. But they heard the hive drop. They knew there was a bunch of aliens there. They just wanted to get into position in the back of that room while the hive is building. That's a vulnerability. But we had Duddy and Pycaz. I forget exactly who it was right there. But they're both crouching through security. When MST came in through the doorway, headed towards that vent on the side of the room, and it just was brutal. He was absolutely eviscerated before he realized he was under attack. And now Ritual must be shaking his head. No life forms to defend this building hive, but has Calm Gorge energy, big Calm Gorge energy, as he runs forward into the fight, healing as his Skulks do the damage.
and Woolet is now sneaking up on these two Skulks that are going to be in a pincer move here. And Repair is safe, and the hive is up. Organ donation.
It can feel terrible not to have life forms. But you know what Skulks do really well? They chew on res nodes really, really well. So it's going to be hard to hold this push. But we've seen Ritual with an excellent idea of when it's good to sack a hive and how to switch. So maybe what we'll see is a quick shift upgrades coming out from this hive. No, he's not going to quick shift upgrades. He's going that first biomass, trying to hold on to this hive, building tons of PV in the back of it. They don't want to give it up at all. But yeah, I mean, we do see them expanding to EC, so we'll see.
Oh, looks like Repair had not been repaired, so P-Stage just chewed it down very quickly. And Datsu now has a fade here in waste handling, waste recycling. He really needs to look out for these Marines. I mean, they are still weapons to rifles, no shotguns yet. But even a couple of rifles can take down a fade without any upgrades. I mean, he does have vampirism now, but I guess vampirism is only useful if you do in fact attack people. Otherwise, it's just an upgrade sitting on your life form.
Yeah, and we still haven't. We see now a Veil Hive being built, so they 100% want to hold on to this. But they have a shift in the waste recycling hive. So meta hasn't been this fully made yet. The upgrade had just started as I go into this. But yeah, this Fade is going to be able to run back to Hive and get all his energy back. And both teams in a pretty standard mid game for this map. Marines on 5.
Void
Yeah,
almost
sorry.
getting down Organ, but Green Rex and Risk just stop him. And Zipar being sneaky again.
So many Euro plays.
Yeah, I mean, Zipar doesn't really qualify as a EU player, but
No, I mean, I think it's just a joke amongst
I know,
the
I know.
NA players.
I'm just saying Asia copies us. And Void versus MST in electrical
No.
core. MST takes Void and takes the RT.
I mean, when you're that good of a player, you just expect other players to behave differently. So sometimes you can't predict the movement of somebody who plays so erratically, like MST almost jumping on that mine. Does spot it out. Mine's not being particularly useful so far, but it's a cats and flesh special, so you can't get through the game without getting a few mines on the field.
And Detsu now has evolved Neurotoxin, so that makes his fate just that much more deadly.
Yeah, and Datsu is a player who I used to see play a lot of Lurk, and I think if you're a very competent player in the game, sometimes you get forced into that life form because of how impactful Lurk players can be in that mid game.
Power node in Baywing is almost down. Ritual has been whittling us down with his Biobomb. Pace with his Gorge for now. And yeah, Datsu playing a bit more risky now.
Yeah, really good work from Ritual as the commander there to just be incredibly annoying. This cyst and oxygenation not quite close enough to the node to provide it with any cystation, but or an infestation. But that's going to be reestablished, and EC is about to probably come
Yeah,
up.
but now shotguns are on the field, and weapons 2 shotguns, yeah. 4 shotguns pushing Baywing now into waste recycling. So they're gonna need both Fates, and they need to bring their A game. Otherwise, it's gonna be 0 Fates very, very quickly.
And the PV is pushed forward. The whip is only going to get one swipe off. The bone wall comes out, and all the aliens rush forward.
Beastash almost getting stuck on the hive. But yeah, so that one has only been costly for the Marines so far. Advanced meta is complete. So yeah, these Fates are now equipped to hopefully carry this alien team quite the distance. But yeah, we will see about it. Oh, Datsu being ballsy here. Not quite getting the kill on Duddy.
We saw Babbler really struggling to pick up that shotgun, which he saved to get around the corner, but nobody else will do the assist and save that shotgun. So 2 shotguns did go down in that last push. Babbler gonna get caught by a Skulk, but turns around on a second's notice and does kill one Skulk. It almost kills Green Rex as well. There's only gonna be one tiny little hit, and Void doesn't manage to connect.
Oh, went through the gate just in time to evade risk.
No, except he didn't though. He died. That shotgun on the ground is his. It looked like he got through, but the registration on whether or not he was through the I don't really know why that happens, but it does happen. Or it looks like you get through.
Yeah, I guess it's just the netcode just doing NS2 things.
The handshake between the server and the client side taking a little bit longer than that.
P-Stash going down to 40 HP. Just barely saved by these hallucinations.
So Cats, I think what he is trying to do is push these 2 guys into supply lines to find the time to build a supply gate right here. Except they're not building the gate, at least not at the moment. They're just going to run right up here and find this tunnel. Unfortunately, though, they're going to find a fade as well. Ritual well aware of what's happening with that drifter around the corner. And so they're just going to lose 2 Marines on the off lane. That's not great. But arcs are pumping out, and they're just looking for a little victory on the other side of the map, which is really paid off for Cats in the last round.
Yeah, I mean, would it be a Cats game without arcs? I would say no.
But this is about as standard of a Cats game or series as we've seen so far. I mean, really playing smart, but not
being
playing.
Dropped? Yeah, it's. I guess he's done with experimenting for now.
Yeah, no, my guess is that this is sort of what I think he has sort of formed ideas about how you play each map, and I think We might have seen this come out last time they played on Zombie, but last time they played on Zombie, they lost that. I don't know exactly what they did on the Marine round. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh my god.
Oh, P-Stash going
Whoa!
down. And Green Rex is awfully low too.
In risk of losing his lurk, but doesn't quite die. Ritual jumping forward again, being super bold on that gorge, trying to kill those weapons that were on the ground. Does end up taking out one of them. Isn't able to kill the second one though. With an HMG on Babbler, he prefers to use his pistol though, because the HMG is not yet reloaded. I guess he never picked it up. I guess the Gorge did end up buying 2 of those weapons.
No, the HMG was picked up and was brought back to base.
Okay.
I don't know, someone picked it up in the very, very last second and went straight for the gate with it. I think it was the par. But again, the flamethrower on the ground goes down to P-Stash's pilot.
Yeah, and these Gorges being good about finding moments to peek around the corner and get... Oh, Green Rex!
Yeah, Green Rex, Fate dies in P-Stash's Gorge, and meanwhile, Void with the GL soloing EC Hive. There's not a tunnel anymore, and all the life forms are busy in this arc push here.
You love to see the full range of the Marines' arsenal. It's so few games do we get to see a grenade launcher out in the field.
That's
but you know what?
Really low again, but manages to get out because Duddy is empty. Yeah, sorry to cut you off here.
Not at all. No worries. Yeah, unfortunately, Void not able to kill that hive quite on his own. The thing about grenade launchers and why we see so few of them in competitive plays, they really stink against life forms.
I mean, if you manage to hit a Skulk, they're really effective, but that's a very, very big if. Especially with Leap in play for such a long time. Charge finally started, so we are not that close to Honors Race, except MST already is an Honors. But he's gonna be the only one for a while.
Well, you know what they say about...
40 HP!
Dang!
Yeah, and there goes the Hive, so no more Hive heal for you. And all they can do is just use the tunnel to get the fuck out of there. And so we have no upgrades in Waste. So they're all in pipe. That means we can have the third set of upgrades available for the Alien team very, very soon. And
if they do end up going with a shift, they can shift out all that PvE. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and Void meanwhile getting up power and supply lines, and the gate is being dropped. So we might see a shift from Marines to EC very, very soon. Obviously, for now, they have to keep up the appearances to wanting to clear out waste recycling, so the aliens are not getting suspicious. So just be as present as you can, pretend to be 5 Marines instead of 4, and nobody's gonna look for you. But Datsu trying to scout the map, and here we go, Void again with a GL, this time with Duddy with a shotgun, and the GL is... Oh, Risk losing his lurk. I was just gonna say the GL is very short-lived, but in fact the GL lives and the lurk goes down. Yeah, aliens now obviously know what's going on, and managed to clean out this push very, very quickly, and that's a lot of PRS on the ground.
It sure is. I was about to say how effective I was. You know, it really looked like that GL was going to pay off just for a moment. And I think if they had been just a little bit more patient with getting Marines into that Hive room, maybe getting them all together by the time they were on the Hive with the GL, maybe it would have worked out a little bit more. I think, though, it does force the aliens to react and try to take that GL right away. That's what caused that lurk to go down. But yeah. just not as effective in that push as they were hoping to be. And now aliens finding themselves, the alien team, although it was the Binguses on alien last round, but the alien team seems to be the comeback kings. It's going to be really hard. I mean, you're going to have to push these arcs all the way up in front of the doorway in a very buyable position to make them clear this PvE. And meanwhile, on the other side of the map, the aliens continue to expand.
I mean, on the plus side, there is no Shade Hive in play right now. So if you get the arcs, oh, there I say it, and Shade Hive has been started. So they think ink is more important than spurs, obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would have gone for the Shift Hive to get spurs. But without a Shade Hive, there is no ink, and the shade is just useful for cloaking everything in its vicinity.
Yeah, and ink is just such a powerful commander ability. Arcs are very difficult to deal with. And just having the ability to slow arcs down. If you have 2 Gorges and you're inking properly, you can even sustain an arc push indefinitely. So it's just like, it makes sense that you'd want to. I think as a player who plays on the field, it's just always your dream to play a long, drawn-out game with 3 sets of upgrades.
Okay, advanced swipe is being started now.
Yeah, advanced swipe actually just finishing. Bone Shield started. Umbra about to finish. Really great late game upgrades coming out for both sides. As you can see, Weapons 3 is also started on the Marine side. But the aliens are just going to have a huge amount of very deadly late game upgrades coming out all at the same time. And only 1 arc ended up pushed out all the way into gravity. I'm sure he meant to bring more of them with him. And they're going to have to scramble just to try to save this 1 arc. It's too bad that these 2 arcs are still stuck in Baywing. It just seems like P-Res that...
I'm not sure that he meant to move more arcs. If you see, the arc can fire at it's Oxy from here, Organization, sorry. So 1 arc is enough because Organization is already that low. So why risk 3 arcs if you can just move 1 arc and trade that for an RT? And now Huel's gonna do the same in Oxy probably. Because Oxy is also low, but yeah, we will see.
Yeah, I just don't think. I mean, like you might be totally right that was an intentional move from the Marine commander to only break off 1 arc in order to do economic damage, but I just don't see these arcs in Baywing ever getting into the back of waste recycling. Yes, if they ever drop this hive again, it's immediately arcable. But I just don't think it does anything for this Marine squad until that hive is dropped. It's just too difficult.
Datsu losing his fate to Duddy, Void, and a 3rd Marine. I caught that in Gravity. Yeah, I think these arcs were left in Baywing just as a sort of Damocles to swing above the head of this not built hive yet, but. Yeah, he's now moving out the arcs in 3 different directions. And yeah, decides that, nope, this PvE is not really worth my arc right now. Oh, I guess he's moving the 2nd arc towards Oxy, not the one that got down organ donation. So he can just keep denying organ. And eventually get down...
Oh my gosh.
Oxy, and PvE is moving through gravity.
And into range of the arcs, which are already set up there. It's a march. Oh, 1 Ono is going down. MST dies to those Marines. Good beacon from the Marine commander, but not only is this a crush, it's fully supported by PvE. And this is just going to be impossible for these Marines to push out of. I think if he swaps gates, then maybe he can get his boys through, but just isn't going to be successful. That crush fully committed to by the alien team.
Yeah, unfortunately the 2nd arc was never deployed, so all the PvE around the face gate was in fact not in arc range. So yeah, a bit of a Bit of a miss here from Katz, but I guess he had both hands very, very full.
Totally. But these commanders on both sides being super active, doing the extra little effort it takes to, support your teams beyond just making good calls, beyond just hitting your med packs. There's so much you can do that I think is just extra credit for so many commanders that just get a little bit lazy or a little bit tired or just aren't thinking about everything they can what's it called? Enable their team with. But this team just has so many resources out on the map.
I just want to point out, aliens are on 100 T-res and still don't have researched spores yet. So MST with his lurk is basically just an Umbra machine, and he cannot use Spore Cloud just because Ritual decided, nope, you're just defensive.
Yeah, and it's easy to miss an upgrade like that in a game that's so back and forth, especially if your main objective is to drop this hive and waste recycling, and that's
double hive drop.
with an arc already deployed, although not for long. It's probably going to lead to a GG here. Although Katz has been pretty stubborn in his games, leading to a great victory in the last round. Just don't see a lot of opportunities to come back and Void. They've got Veils, dude. They see you. Unable to crouch through that.
Risking his honors.
Oh my god, that Gorge being vital.
Green Rex just not in time and gonna lose his Gorge for that. But yeah, he has 50 res, so risk losing his honors.
Practically honors again. And Marine stubbornly sticking in this round, establishing a really defensive gate and repair, but it's not that defensive because it allows them to walk in on gravity. This will allow them to hold 2 RTs and put a little bit of pressure on.
Look at the mechs going through Organ Donation right now. They're gonna sneak up into the main hive and drop a Cutscape in the back.
There's no advanced assistance. Finally, I understand. Oh my god, 2 fades going down, and this Marine team's starting to look incredibly effective. There is no advanced assistance this time. Huh.
Yeah, he has to build the power node, and the power node is being infested. So, Ritual saw the... Too bad for the Marine team. That was really... That would have been something that could have really turned this game around again. I mean, it would still have been quite the uphill battle, but killing Gravity and then getting the sneak attack up on Pipe, that is something that can shake even the best alien team to the core.
Yeah, and not a ton of P-res for these. Oh, I guess they're both re-evolving. I was just about to say, not a ton of P-res on the alien side. Those life forms going to stay down for a lot longer than I would have expected, but it's just not the case because they already were in the process of re-life forming. They're going to have a Fade and an Onos back on the field as quickly as they've killed those Fades and Onoses. They're going to have to deal with them yet again. And this hive is now fully established in waste recycling. It's time for the 3rd upgrade set of chambers.
Yeah, and this Xenocide and Stomp. So this is the first Onos that's going to have Stomp available. And yeah, Stomp is very, very powerful. So I don't really see the Marines making a comeback from this anymore. I think the window of opportunity closed when these mechs were found by Ritual.
Yeah, and I think it's really, like you were just saying, basically the only way back in this round for this Marine side is to just really shock them with a crazy hive push, whether you do it through an established position, like Baywing, or you get some sneaky gate going. You need to be able to put on pressure on a hive. As soon as those upgrades come up, the timer for you staying in this round has basically ended. The first exploding puppy is going to cause this game to feel pretty hopeless.
Did they cancel? Yeah, they canceled the upgrades because Stomp was almost done, and Stomp is now just being, at least from my UI, Stomp is just finished. Okay, no, it's just the UI lying to me, as it does. Yeah, Contamination, Stomp, Spurs, and Xenocide,
Command
but it's
station
just
under
one
attack.
Skulk. So not gonna see that much exploding. It's just P-Stash as a Skulk. Everyone else is a life form other than Skulk. And yeah, as I say, P-Stash just obliterates Pikachu, and meanwhile main base is being contaminated.
Yeah, I think more than anything, when it comes to the use of, oh my god, they just will not quit. Can you believe this? Making one last push forward. Ooh, wow. I was about to say, I think mainly the use of Xeno is demoralizing more than like actually effective. But
Yeah, definitely it's a psychological weapon as it is an area of effect weapon.
but it's looking pretty effective in this last desperate attempt,
Command station under attack.
and that's gonna be GG.
Yeah, that was a really interesting map to watch. Both rounds were actually quite interesting. I'm a bit concerned because I think we are less than just about 30 minutes away from the last match of the day. So
Yeah, I gotta get in contact with Nano, who wanted to cast that other game. I don't want to pick favorites here, but I sure as hell would like to see how these commanders, both of them really interesting commanders, play and cast. Play this next map, which is sort of a big question mark. You bet you I want to see how Cats plays on Tanith. So I will get in contact with him.
our next map is Tram.
Oh, right, because this is not.
Yeah, With Surrender versus Alski Syndrome is the week 5 match, so Nexus and Tanith. But we are actually the first match of week 6.
Oh, this is a good. I mean, these are the classic maps. Week 6 is such a. This is the Gather special.
Yeah, definitely.
Week.
I mean, week 5 is the wildcard maps, so Nexus and Tanith just playing very differently from most other maps, and yeah, week 6, Jambi and Tram is just your Gather 101, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, let's see. When do the Binguses play? Or have they already played? Oh, I guess they already played, and I casted it. Whoops. What was going on with me that day?
Yeah, that was last weekend. So
yes, I remember it now. I do. I clearly remember it. Whoops. Well, I still have a slight preference to watch this game. To continue finishing up with this, because these teams have been really well matched today, going 1-1 in that first map. And as much as I would love to see Timo, our other very best player, I would really like. I mean, the Alski versus We Surrender is the top of the roster versus the bottom of the roster. And while there is no game that is predetermined by fate or time or cosmic, grinding of the universe, it is more likely to be a fun match to cast. Stick in this match, and so I'm gonna reach out.
Wasn't the match of Binguses on Tanith even the one with the surprise lurk rush? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, no, they did end up taking a round with a rush. That is right. I just briefly forgot who it was that I casted.
Yeah.
I the Marine side, I was like, what if they did more like defensive gates like Cats normally does? And I had a whole spiel about it. But I'm blaming it on me being sick or something. I'm just gonna reach out to Nano, who I have somewhere on Discord, and just let him know that he's gonna be casting on his own channel for now, if that's okay. Yeah, I don't really know what happens if there's a conflict and multiple people are trying to stream to the channel.
We inadvertently tried that out a while ago, if you remember. You tried to stream and only got an error back.
Yes, that's right. Right. So I think the one that's currently connected takes preference.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially if I take preference over you with the main account and me just being a guest streamer, between two guest streamers, definitely the already connected one will definitely
Take preference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my assumption as well. I don't want to deny Nano an audience. I know he loves to broadcast, and I know he likes to support the community. And I do want you guys to support him. If he ends up simultaneously casting, do us a favor and open that in a second browser. You can go ahead and mute it if you want to stay tuned to this game. But I really like to give him support and show that the community is caring and cares about competitive play. I mean, I again, I don't mean to pick favorites, but this is the game I'm gonna be staying tuned to, and I hope you guys stick around and see the conclusion, because today we've been seeing some great games out of both sides.
So, not sure what the holdup is right now, but
Are they asking for already? He's German, obviously. Reading? No.
no, they're just playing NS2 chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna
respond.
Yeah.
That's
not worth my answer.
I'm gonna go set some hot water to boil. So, although I am feeling so much better, I do want to take care of my voice. Right back.
P-Stash is gone. At least now we know what the holdup is. Okay, everybody seems to be here. Here we go, round one. Aliens, not very surprisingly, went for a warehouse start. Void ambushing Datsu.
Cleanse the intruders.
And Babbler with a standard tunnel. Daddy getting down Datsu in south tunnel, so he now can he decides not to try to sneak up on Risk, rather trying to get down Ops, or at least lure back Risk. And Green Rex putting pressure on platform, but you can see two cysts in the doorway, so it's very hard to cut this cyst chain. And Katzen obviously knows what he's doing. All the cysts are tucked into corners. And just as I say it, he's gonna lose the Drifter. No, Datsu! Not killing the Drifter, as he could have easily killed the Drifter.
Ooh. Good coordination for these life forms as they flood out of the tunnel all at the same time. But yeah, doesn't look like these Marines are playing around at all. I missed the beginning. Did they lose any RTs, these aliens?
No, not yet. I mean, the aliens did lose the not fully built platform.
Yeah, so taking some economic damage, and the Marines are just all over this alien team, causing them to buy eggs. Yeah, I wonder... Interesting to see these aliens were able to hold on to their position in mezzanine, and that's the important part. They could have been in a lot worse position with only 10 T-res down on the ground in that platform push.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they even lost the Drifter. So Green Rex shot a Drifter down to basically 1 HP, and Datsu not paying attention. So the Drifter snuck by him in just a few meters away. But Green Rex pushed into warehouse and finished off the Drifter. I guess it was
Right.
Green Rex. So yeah, so that's 18 res down in total. No, it's 16. Harvester is 8 and Drifter is 8 too, right?
Yes, I believe so. Or Drifter might... Am I crazy? Is it 7? Figure I'd know this by now.
Yeah, I mean, I know what's in vanilla, but I am not 100% sure about comp mod.
Yeah.
So, that whip, actually, being attackable from out of range. But yeah, if you get into range and being webbed. But eventually whip goes down to Green Rex's rifle.
And All
And the
4
tunnel.
Marines are pushed up inside of mezzanine. 2 of them back off quickly to resume the laning of the map, but most of the aliens are dead or evolving into lurk. Now it's 4
Everyone
lurk.
is lurking.
Good luck, both teams. This is a sort of scenario that usually means a base rush is right around the corner. Lurk base rush is one of the most effective ways to come back from a losing position because it can largely lead to wins. Although P-Stash does take a huge chunk off one of the lurks, and Duddy, not patient enough to wait for his allies, Risk is going to come around the corner as one of the IPs is spawning. Oh boy!
Command station
Pikachu is
The
down.
Gorges-
Void.
So important right now. The Gorge is so important to find these heals, to keep his lurks
Yeah.
up, but it isn't happening.
That's gotta be GG. 4 lurks down. Only Katzen left.
Yeah, brutal as it is, I have a slight suspicion that Katz is going to try to keep us in this game for just a little bit longer. He's expanding both sides of the map using the space created by his failed base rush to try to reestablish a little bit of Void throwing out the plan, trying to say that we've still got a little bit of fighting spirit in us. But boy, oh boy, it's going to be difficult to come back from that. No P-Res to speak of. T-Res in threat. Yeah, it's just going to be a hard one. But Void does jump on top of that Marine just as he turns around. Tunnel is going to finish by itself. Now it's fully open.
To be honest, I'm not really sure why Katz brought the Drifter along. Because he hadn't finished any Hive upgrade yet, so the Drifter was just, I guess maybe meat shield?
Yeah, he could have been. You know, it's just might as well. Wow, interesting choice. Cat's going for a Veil start.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to see a little bit of camouflage. Although camouflage, all the Veil upgrades kind of useless until you have at least 2 Veils. 1 Veil feels really bad. Yeah, that position at the back of the room, so dangerous to unroot a Marine from that moment. When you have your back to the wall like that, it's really difficult to die. Especially on a room that has low ceilings and not a lot of places to hide. P-Stash doing the same thing. Kills another Drifter. Wow, that's going to be... These are just painful moments for this alien team. They just can't afford to lose anything at this moment from the... Oh, and they're letting them take the back of the room.
Another tunnel down.
Oh, Void misses 1 or 2 bites.
And there's only hallucinations left.
Yeah,
Not sure why they're wasting bullets on hallucinations. You can easily tell it's a hallucination because even for the Marine team, the Hive is instantly marked as completed if you open your map.
I think it's just annoying. It's too annoying to have things there. They're gonna leave the Hive there, but having a Skulk making noise, biting you that whole
Oh yeah,
time.
I'm not complaining about killing the hallucination Skulks, but why shoot at the hallucination Hive? That's the one I question here. Skulks definitely, oh, Void with a GG. Guess their plan to flash 4 lurks didn't quite work out.
Yeah, it's it's always hard to do that if the Marines that you're playing on are in good enough position and sort of expect that happening. You know, if you lose so many of those early engagements and it's that 5-minute mark, or not even 5 minutes, but it's that early it's still early game. You know, it's a possibility that when lurks come up, that 4 lurks could be coming straight to your base. So they read the moment, they saw it. I think it was Pykaz who was in logistics, whichever Marine it was. They weren't able to actually kill anything, but they slowed the lurks down enough, and Duddy went in without the rest of his lurks. Was a little bit of a miscommunication, took some damage. one of the lurks in the back of the pack took about half his life bar, and it slowed the engagement down long enough so that reinforcements could come. And then the only thing that could have made it go better for the aliens is if that Gorge was able to connect with more heal spray. Even if you lose your life as the Gorge, you're tanking bullets for the life forms. So you need to make sure you do that. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoops, I was looking at the wrong set of accuracies. Still, though, the Marine accuracies are pretty high. Not quite as high as I would have thought, but Risk breaking that 30% accuracy mark with 14 kills and 4 deaths, and that is a game that ended in only about, let's see, does it actually say how many? What? Oh yeah, the game ended at about 8 minutes, just slightly under. So that is almost 2 kills per minute. That's very good from Risk. And yeah, I mean the aliens, they weren't able to hold on to their back res. I think Cats might have gone with a single drifter in the beginning of the round, which I think I've seen him do before on this map. But I tend to think that it's better to use multiple drifters to cap into server. That gives you the ability to put your res up very quickly, and establishing your res as soon as possible allows you to get to life forms sooner and allows you to do all sorts of other stuff. Maybe if you lose an RT, establishing res quickly is not necessarily the best, but it's always going to be good for your players' resources, because player and team resources are separate. If you can even have a RT up for like 1 or 2 ticks, that makes the lurks come out just a little bit earlier. Getting your lurks 30 seconds earlier is going to actually change the flow of the game. And this time, though, the lurks were only out for just a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a burn bright and burn up quickly, I guess.
Let's see.
By the way, they're just memeing.
Yeah. I'm sure they would rather have somebody a little bit more effective on the field than myself.
I mean, I guess the Binguses wouldn't deny you as a replacement for Green Rex.
Probably not. I think the salty Skulks might feel a little otherwise.
Yeah, but they're gonna be salty anyway, so...
Well, if you look at my my Amar bot stats, which are totally weird because I spend most of the time in the chair, and the only time I jump out is to shoot a Skulk that's standing still. I have like 40% accuracy, which is looks pretty cool.
Yeah, so here we go. Final round. Let's see if the Binguses can wrestle the draw from the Saltier Skulks right here. And there's a pause. Oh, and Zapar still was AFK because they were still waiting on Green Rex. So a bit of a false alarm. And
Yeah, we try not to do that in comp, but we allow for some mistakes to happen.
And now there's 2 Marines standing in shipping.
MST is now totally AFK. Oh, okay. We're not started yet.
Yeah, they instead of resuming, they cancelled, and we are in pre-game again. Yeah, Zipar actually announced in chat to be AFK briefly while waiting on green regs. Oh, I just have P-Stash really close to my camera. He's in warehouse on the ceiling. But Zipar returned, so I guess we can go this time for real.
The Vegases are ready. Now Salty has to get their stuff together.
Yeah, and I guess Zipar, he's in
I think he's
Singapore?
in Malaysia. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Overlay says Singapore, so it's quite early in the morning for him right now.
Oh yeah. No, I'm always, I yearn for the days that the community was slightly bigger. If only the game were as functional as it is now. I mean, we still get to complain a little bit about registration and about balance and stuff like that. But let's be honest, the game has never been as good as it is now. But yeah, I mean, like, we do still have players from all over the world. There's just no game like it. So if it gets its hooks, its claws, its teeth in you, this game, you will stay up at all kinds of weird hours. And so many of our Euro players end up being up at odd hours of the night just to play gathers. Can you believe it? We like that from our community. But yeah, it takes commitment to play a game like this. And so we're all so happy you're joining us for the cast. All right, finally ready from both squads.
So, attempt number 2, final round. And again, warehouse start is where it's at. This time all Marines, starting with a robo. So I guess we're gonna see some turrets soon.
Up to your old tricks, huh? Wow, and immediately recycles the robo. Just gonna build some turrets in the base to keep the Skulks from rushing, I suppose, and see if he enables his team to be more aggressive than they otherwise would have been. Oh, Risk almost taking out 2 Skulks there. Risk jumping away, limping away with 15 HP. Gonna find the Gorge though.
And I guess MST is gonna find the turrets, unless Roulette gets him down first. I guess MST can already hear him. And yeah, I guess the cat is out of the bag.
Oh, MST almost dying to cats. But they're going to be able to go 6 on the field for quite some time now. And maybe this will give them an aggressive enough posture to push them out of mezzanine. I think that's the hope, is that you're able to push in with basically 0 risk. 3 or 4 Marines endlessly pushing mezzanine. Hopefully they are able to actually take a victory there.
Yeah, but then again, no commander also means no meds. I mean, you probably don't want to med that much anyway on Armor 0. But yeah, now they have, despite having 2 IPs, they still have a spawn queue.
Yeah, losing a lot of engagements with no Armor 1 in sight. Yeah, 2 bites and the Parasite, that's all it takes, and that can happen fairly quick, especially with the lag disparity. You can be dead pretty much by the time you've realized you're being attacked. So we'll see if this gamble pays off for cats.
And, I mean, not to throw shade, but for the power with a ping of 150, you can even be dead before you notice you are attacked.
Yeah. True enough. The way that the servers resolve differences in ping, it can really feel like one person on your team having a high ping is just like this weird little secret weapon. I mean, if everybody does, it ends up being kind of worse. But you know, if you just get like one rocket skulk that has like crazy high ping, you can sometimes get away with some stuff that you wouldn't have been able to otherwise. I do like to see now that they're reestablishing their res that they can really be aggressive. They can play the field with all of their players, cats out of the hive or out of the chair.
Yeah, but, I mean, we see 3 lurks again, so it's a very obvious choice, I guess, against Marines that are gonna be 0-0 for quite a while, to just go 3 lurks and be aggressive. Armor 1 just now being started, 3 minutes and 25 seconds into the game.
Yeah, you know, I wonder if they were just, you know, we got base rushed, or we think they'll base rush. We don't want to have to worry about it. Whether that's what Cats has to do to feel safe about getting out of the chair and playing the field. I don't really know what the decision is behind that. We haven't seen too much from him. But it's been pretty unsuccessful, unfortunately. No big lifeform kills, no big res node kill, except they did get ore processing. That's not insignificant. But aliens are meeting their timings just like they wanted to. 2 hives established, about to go back up to 5 RTs. All 3 upgrades for hive number 1. Biomass going to be started, or could be started just around the corner.
Yeah, Marines going down to 3 RTs, and Roulette's sneaking through South tunnels, but yeah, doesn't quite manage to get any of the lurks by surprise. And now Risk, just in time, seeing Roulette, I guess, in the corner of his vision. Duddy, of course, was parasited, so no need to sneak for Duddy, but yeah, that could have been a trap.
Yeah, and like I think one of the things we've seen from this Gorge, from the Salty team, is some really good Gorge play. Pistache getting right in the middle of a couple of fights, healing, running forward, just stuff that's not too unusual. But I think all of their rounds so far, we've seen them utilize that life form to the highest of their ability. Pistache right around the corner to heal these lurks. They can just fly and spike, and the lurks can get healed while they're spiking from the corner of this hallway, which is really going to be useful. I mean, MST, you're going to see him ground lurk there a little bit, but receiving enough heals in this fight can really be dragged out, and they can really continue to protect the map.
Katzen getting down ore again, and yeah, Ritual just jumping past him. He knows there's nothing he can do to save ore, but maybe there's something he can do to end logistics.
And Ritual in a good position underneath these stairs, but is going to be
green
found.
lights.
Oh, wow!
4 HP!
No!
Oh.
Both lurks so little. Oh.
That was really, really close, my friend. Literally half a bullet and you're down. And oh, Zepar sneaking up on Ritual here. Saving logistics.
That's actually really useful that he saves it. Unfortunately, he's going to be stuck there welding it for absolutely ages. Gates are established in a classic Cats and Flesh manner. Mines are coming out to help protect those gates. Ages away from 2-2 shotguns, though, and here's the first fade. Will the Cats gates be able to hold his team into this round? This is a big moment. To lose this gate is gonna really hurt. I almost wish Void was going for some kind of sneaky... I don't know. I mean, I guess this is sort of some kind of economic damage being dealt, but there's no upgrades in this hive. All 3 of these frags were waited to be dropped in server, so none of these high crags are in warehouse.
You mean shells, but you are correct.
Yes, yes, I do.
Guess you're not
Yeah.
completely out of the woods
Oh, I
just
do
yet.
that kind of thing all the time. Unfortunately, it's just the quality of brain I was born with. Can do some things well, other things a little bit confused.
Yeah, and Logi
Yeah,
wasn't built up completely, so going down 3 lurks, just jumping down, and the lurks are about to have either aura or maybe, I don't know, do you go for a neuro as a lurk? I know I would always prefer aura, but I don't know what the meta is in com. Gatsu being quite low, but he knows those Marines only have weapons 1, so they're not that much of a threat to a Fate with vampirism. Meanwhile, Void trying to sneak, but yes, Aura is on the map, so Ritual sees him from miles away.
Yeah, and I think with Nero, it really helps with the damage that Fades do. I forget exactly how the calculations work that make it work out that way, but it just happens to be the case that Fades really benefit because of 2 swipes, and then if they don't receive any heals from the commander meting them, the aura will be enough to tick down and kill them.
Oh, MST
Wow!
almost dying to the turrets and then being finished by Roulette. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, he has 21 res. It's not the end of the world, but it's a small victory for the Marines. Getting down 1 life form at least. But, I mean...
I feel like it's a huge unnecessary risk for these aliens to try to take a fight inside of shipping with those, basically the only advantage that they've been able to establish for themselves is this strange strategy where they have these turrets. Now some mines coming out. Let's see if these pay off. They're in kind of tricky places. Not so tricky that they should net. Green Rex almost flying into one right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, especially, going for base with these turrets is easy. Oh, Green Rex was finished up by Duddy or Katzenfleisch. I didn't quite see it. He was super low in the vent and didn't get out alive on the other side. Yeah, but I was saying, if you push with a Gorge, these turrets are not really a problem. Since clogs block vision for any AI, and therefore also for turrets, you just need 2 or 3 well-placed clogs, and these turrets are just as tripods standing in the corner and making weird noises.
Yeah, a lot of interactions that you don't get to see all that often. That's a good decision by Green Rex.
Yeah.
There are 3 mines grouped up, a good fade trap, possibly a good lurk trap. He was trying to just parasite them down, but the Marine saw what he was doing and was going to just shoot him. Instead, he just throws away his life form to kill those mines.
Yeah, I mean, trading a Skulk that would die anyway for a mine, for a single mine even, is definitely worth it.
If you've got the space, like you're not pushing as a group to try to kill stuff, might as well throw your life away, which is free to kill. I think in comp mod, each mine is 10 res, which is it's just a pretty expensive for not necessarily garnering any damage.
So the repair hive has been scanned, phase gate is up in hub. And yeah, the best player in the game is currently sitting comfortably at 0614.
Yeah, I mean it's like wearing the weighted armbands or the weighted ankle bracelets that you take them off and suddenly you can jump twice as high. That's surely what Void is doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he take off these bracelets better soon, because
His team definitely needs the help. Oh boy, half unloaded on both of these, and the crush comes in from behind. No Marines available to stop this giant swarm of aliens. It's too bad Void and Babbler almost came out at the correct time to catch those aliens as they pushed behind that Marine forward pressure.
I just want to highlight the nice move the aliens did. They shoot down the power and repair to one bite, and as soon as the Marines pushed, the aliens bit down the power, so it was pitch black. So all the Marines were in confusion mode, and you have to switch on your flashlight and then reorientate yourself. But yeah, just waiting for the Marine push to bite the power is a really, really strong move, which is criminally underutilized. Green Rex losing his fate. Datsu is being pushed out, not to do the same. And
this is a no retreat scenario, no gate behind this. Lots of people on the reload on these heavy weapons.
Another fate
But so
down.
far, another fate goes down. An incredible push by these very strong Marine players.
Yeah, but I mean, now the element of surprise is gone, and Marines are dying one by one.
Yeah, clearing a single Marine in this occasion is so devastating, but the Hive is continuing to take damage. That flamethrower prevents it from getting healed. Another life form goes down. Another with the Gorge, but unfortunately,
Last Marine is down. Beacon to revive those spawning players, but yeah, Void got his honor kill, so he's happy.
oh my god, trying to get that advanced support, get Void into a position where he can sneak a gate. I think they were trying to put on so much pressure that the alien team would have been dragged to this repair room hive and get Void into the back of server to get a gate up. But, you know, it's all great on paper, but if you can't quite get there... Was that a Xenocide Skulk? Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god, 14 minutes. Look how many... Oh my god. So many medpacks on the ground. At this point, he's just having fun. Unfortunately... that's GG.
Oh, didn't see Ritual dying, but I mean... doesn't
Everybody
really
has
matter.
left the map.
Yeah.
They've GG'd without saying GG. They are out of this round.
So, Saltier Skulks take this match in a 3-1 against the Binguses.
Command station under
And
attack.
I guess Nano has already started streaming. So I would suggest let's see if that is the case, in fact.
I know he was talking in the chat earlier of the NSL, so I'm not sure if he's online, but let's quickly take a look.
The other team is the other match is not yet going. They're in pregame. I would suggest that we just start raiding Nano Noob as soon as our 3-minute timer is over.
Yes, I think that's the correct move here. He's done us a favor in casting this game. And I can't wait.
So thank you folks for watching. I'm ending my stream, and you're gonna be raiding Nano Noob. Feel free to join his channel instead, and if you don't like being raided, and have a nice evening and enjoy the last match.